Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be ranking the last 15 draft classes with quarterbacks. So let's hop right into it with the 2010 draft being at a detail bowl. This was just a terrible draft class. Who came out of this? Basically, no one. There was Sam Bradford, which he was alright with the Niners. Tim Tebow was alright. Yeah, overall, it's just a shitty draft class, man. Like, God, that draft class was terrible. But we got the 2011 draft class. Now, they had players like Cam Newton and Andy Dalton. Um, who were the best two quarterbacks in there, and then those Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, who was also pretty good too. So yeah, and then way after that, it was not like a lot of like good players, but overall, 2011, I'll put it as a B because they had good. They had Cam Newton, they had Andy Dalton, and then they have Colin Kaepernick, who basically carried this draft in their primes because, yeah, they were good players in their prime. And then we got the 2012 draft. This draft was pretty stacked. They got Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin III, Ryan Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Nick Foles, and Kirk Cousins. All great quarterbacks. Now, the sad part is that Andrew Luck retired early. RG3 got injured a lot. Ryan Tannehill, well, Tannehill's Tannehill. He was just mid as hell. Wilson had a good legacy with Seattle. Nick Foles, they had a Cinderella Super Bowl, and Kirk Cousins is just up and down. Overrated though. So overall, this 2012 draft class could have had the potential of an STO, but honestly, Andrew Luck was great. But I think we're gonna put it at ATO. I think there is some other quarterback draft classes that can probably contend for the STO, but this draft class was an ATO. It wasn't disappointing, but again, Andrew Luck, who was very good, just retired in his prime. RG3 got injured a lot. Ryan Tannehill, mid. He was pretty good with the Dolphins, but he came back in Tennessee and he was pretty good. Wilson was probably Wilson is the best quarterback out of this draft class. Nick Foles, Phil Cousins, yeah. Overall, not the greatest draft class. Well, overall, great draft class. I meant, great draft class. Just, could have had potential being like a very, very good draft class. And then 2013 flopped. Terrible draft class. The only good quarterback that came out of it was Geno Smith, and everyone knew he was a bust. Geno Smith kind of saved this 2013 draft from being like the absolute worst. And Geno Smith is still mid as fuck, and yeah, it's not good. He's not going anywhere. The Raiders ain't going anywhere. Yeah, just overall shitty draft class. Moving on to 2014. This draft class was stacked. There was a lot of quarterbacks. Now the problem is, there's not a lot of good quarterbacks. They got Blake Bortles, Johnny Manziel, Teddy Bridgewater, Derek Carr, Jimmy G. Pretty good quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater got injured a lot. Derek Carr is mid, but when he was on the Raiders, he was pretty good. Jimmy G, supposed to be Patriots' future, but they turned out. So, he did went to the Niners, and he was pretty good on 49ers, and yeah, overall, it was an all-right draft class, but it wasn't anything insane. CTO. And then we got the 2015 draft class. Now, there was not a lot of quarterbacks, but there was two quarterbacks that carried this. Well, not carried this, but there was two very good quarterbacks with very good potential. Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. Now, Jameis Winston had his famous 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. And Marcus Mariota, he had good year in Tennessee and got benched for Ryan Tannehill. Where do I put this draft class? Because they only got killed by two people. There was Trevor Siemian, who was alright, but out of anyone else, yeah, not really a good draft class. So I'm going to put 2015 in CTO. Jameis Winston was good, and also he has his 5K yard season in the 30-30. And Marcus Mariota had one good playoff one, and that was it. 2016. This was a stacked quarterback class with Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Paxton Lynch, Jacoby Brissett, pretty good. Dak Prescott, Brendan Allen, all those guys. Well, Brendan Allen's not really that good, but of all these guys, Jared Goff, like this was supposed to be probably like this had potential of STO. Now the problem is that I'm gonna move it down. Probably, what should I move it down? Because this could have so much potential. Because Jared Goff, shitty time with the Rams. Well, shitty first year with the Rams. When Sean McVay came, great quarterback. Went to Detroit, became shit again, and now he's good again. Carson Wentz, on to his MVP season, got injured, haven't recovered from that. Dak Prescott, mid, well not mid, but like he had pretty good seasons, but chokes in the playoffs a lot. I'm gonna put the 2016 draft class in B, but it had a potential B in S. And then we got Jacoby Brissett, who was just a backup and just haven't really been that cool, like haven't been that good. And Paxton Lynch, first round from the Denver Broncos, yeah, bust. 2017. Yeah, this quarterback was pretty bad. Not pretty bad, but it was pretty bad, though. Mitchell Trubisky, Deshaun Watson, Joshua Dobbs, Deshaun Kaiser, Nathan Peterman. All those guys will ass, and this will be going to DTO, most likely. Deshaun Watson could have brought this up to CTO, but there is one man that will save this draft class from being in DTO, and I think it might move up to a BTO, maybe low C, like high CTO, low B. And his name is Patrick Mahomes, who is the greatest quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Now Patrick Mahomes, I think we're gonna put the Patrick Mahomes draft class 2017 in the BTO, low BTO, because Patrick Mahomes was good. Now the problem was that, again, all those guys were bad. Now Deshaun Watson, he was pretty good in Houston, and it could have been up to ATO. Would have been the two young stars of Watson and Mahomes. Now that didn't happen. Watson's just ass, and Mahomes, well, he's great. So we're gonna put the 2017 draft class in BTO. Then we got the 2018 draft class. We got just stacked STO. We got Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Lamar Jackson. Those three guys, amazing. Just overall amazing. Now, well, actually, I don't think Sam Darnold's amazing, but we all know that Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, the two best quarterbacks. We also got Josh Allen. He's just, I guess he's not really that good. Sam Darnold came back. All those guys, okay, those are a lot of, like, starting quarterbacks, though. Like, again, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. I will say, though, good starting quarterbacks. But they also got the best quarterback, well, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, Lamar Jackson. And Baker Mayfield, top 5 quarterbacks. I'm going to put that in STO. And then, yeah, everyone else haven't really, like, those Mason Rudolph feels alright, Mike White, everyone else, though, pretty good, I guess. Josh Rosen was in this draft class. It could have been good, but overall became a bust. And, yeah. Then, the 2019 draft class, terrible. Well, it's not terrible, but so we got Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, and Gardner Minshew, like the most noticeable ones, and all those guys were pretty bad. Like Kyler Murray is pretty good. Okay, he's a starting caliber quarterback. He was once an MVP candidate back in like 2021 when he had his good season. Unfortunately, he's just mid now and just got killed. Like, he's just getting killed by injuries every year. Daniel Jones, terrible quarterback. Drew Lock, he's not bad. He has hitting potential, but at this point, I think he is probably a bust. Gardner Minshew, it's kind of like Ryan Fitzpatrick nowadays, going to one team to another, being pretty successful though. Yeah, overall though, yeah, well, like it only came up with one mid quarterback, and the West just being backups. So also those Easton Stick. So what, I guess. So the 2019 draft class I will put as a C. Now 2020 draft class is easily an S tier. And there's no debate. The best quarterback class in the last 15 years. We got Joe Burrow, we got Tua, we got Justin Herbert, we got Jordan Love, and we got Jalen Hurts. great quarterbacks. Okay, Joe Burrow, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Tua, the best quarterback in the league. Justin Herbert, terrible. He's not terrible, but like he's like mid. And then Jordan Love, great quarterback. Jalen Hurts, a weapons merchant, but still won the Super Bowl. Out of those 5 guys, yeah. This brings the whole thing up to S tier. And everyone else, yeah, they'll pretty ass. Whoever was last in the draft, but doesn't matter. The 2021 draft class, this had potential being S tier too. We got Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones. So all of them will bust, except for Justin Fields. Justin Fields has potential. Trevor Lawrence, mid as fuck. Everyone else, ass. Trey Lance didn't even have a chance. Yeah. The 2021 draft class will go into D tier. Only one good quarterback is Justin Fields. Trevor Lawrence, just mid. Everyone else, just straight up ass cheeks. Then, after that, we got the 2022 draft class. Another bad draft class. Kenny Pickett, Desmond Riddle, Sam Howell. Who else? Bailey Zappi. All terrible quarterbacks. D tier. But there is, again, this is just like the 2017 draft class. One man kind of saved this draft class being the worst, and his name is Brock Purdy. His first 2 years, yeah, probably top 10 quarterback. Now, So I'm gonna move it low C tier. I'm gonna move the 2022 draft class low C tier because of Brock Purdy. He saved kind of the draft class being ass. Now, the next 2 draft classes, they still have a lot of years ahead from them, but we're gonna go and rank them by how base the last 2 seasons were. Well, 2024, how the first season went. So let's just go hop ahead. They got Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis. C.J. Stroud, great rookie year. Bryce Young struggled, but he had good highlights at the end of the year. Anthony Richardson, injury prone and the most inaccurate quarterback, and Will Levis just straight ass. But he didn't have a good debut. So we're going to go and put the 2023 draft class in B. I feel like Bryce Young has the potential. C.J. Stroud's going to probably be like a mid quarterback. Anthony Richardson and Will Levis will be out of the league in 2 years. The 2024 draft class, this is going to be based off of last year. Okay, so Caleb Williams, not bad. He has potential. It's just the reason why. It's just the offensive lineman, like the offensive line and the head coach, will just ass in Chicago. Jaden Daniels have a good rookie year. Drake May has the potential. He's just on a shitty team like the Patriots. Michael Penix, he only had 3 games, so there's not much to see about him, but we will see him a lot more next year. J.J. McCarthy, will see him a lot next year. He will just injure the first year. And Bo Nix started off shit in the beginning of the year, became very good, and has potential being a great quarterback. Where do I put this draft class so far? So we got 2 great quarterbacks, a couple potential and a couple unknown. I feel like that will be a solid B draft, but I feel like this draft class has the potential of being an S. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.